This is part 4 of our tribute to our former pastor, Dr. Paul Daniel Hawkins. Pastor, when did you decide to step down as pastor at Tidewater?
One of the things that led up to me stepping down and retiring was that one day Pastor Pearson came into my office and said, "There's a church wants me to come and candidate in New Hampshire." And in back of my mind, I thought he was the one that should take over after me. And so I said, "Do you want to go there? Or do you want to stay here, take over this work?" Well, he said, "When you leave, I'd like to take over this work." And so I started thinking, and this was in September, and I told him, "Give me a month to make my decision, I'll let you know." Well, I told him I was going to resign in December, the last Sunday in December, and certainly recommend him to the church. And God blessed us and gave us the freedom to step down and move on. I'd already decided I'm going to move away from the church. I don't want to create a problem for a new pastor. And I knew myself, I would always stick my nose into problems I shouldn't be sticking my nose in. And so I told him, I'm going to move to Reidsville. And from that point on, everything worked out beautifully. And I've been so happy and thrilled to see how God has worked in this church and blessed this pastor and seen the growth in Tidewater Baptist Temple. He's been a blessing to me. He's always been a dear friend. He calls me just sometimes about every week, sometimes twice a week, let me know what's going on, bringing me up to date on events, and especially those like D.M. Hardison right now, who is in the hospital. And I appreciate him and love him as a pastor.
Linda, how did you become the choir director?
I thank the Lord for the opportunity to minister at Tidewater Baptist. When we came, when Pastor Hardison resigned, he had led the choir, and Mrs. Hardison had played the piano. And so there was no choir director. And so my husband said, "Okay, until the Lord sends someone else, you'll do the choir." And so I thank the Lord for that opportunity that we had to work with the choir. The very first year we were here, we did John Peterson's Love Transcending, that cantata. And so the Lord was faithful every year, and that was a special time. I loved working with the preachers' pals. They were the boys and girls. And they were so faithful and excited to sing every Sunday night in our services. The teenagers had a teen ensemble we worked with, and they sang every Sunday night. That was a real blessing too. Some of those young people are singing in the choir now. That's a blessing to see them going on with the Lord. We're thankful for the children's church that we had in Awanas, and ministries with our seniors. We call them the Keenagers. They were the keenest members of our church. A tape ministry, and we're just thankful for the opportunity to serve the Lord at Tidewater Baptist. Those were very special times.
Dr. Paul Daniel Hawkins, born January 22nd, 1931, went home to be with the Lord on April the 1st, 2020. Please continue to pray for the Hawkins family. Pray for Mrs. Linda Hawkins and her daughters, Julia Art and Julia's husband Andrew, and Beth Allen and her husband Buddy, and their families. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.